Hi everybody, it's Nick from Booster here at the Marketing Society Conference, and I'm wandering the floor, having quick conversations with people about some very important topics. And I'm here with Adrian. Adrian, could you please introduce yourself?
Yep, so I'm Adrian Last, CMO for ITV Studios.
Excellent. And Adrian, getting into the questions, the first one is, what do you believe the key is to successful business relationships?
Well, a lot of people talk about respect and trust and boundaries. And that is all really important. But actually, for me, what's important is it's the depth of the relationships. And I've always found it's about being yourself at work. That's really important to me. And when you think about it, and I think this is something that's gathered pace over the recent years, people talk about authenticity, but which is important. It's kind of like, I can't be anybody different at work to as I am outside of work, and neither should I be. And I found personally that's always worked really well for me. So, nobody particularly likes my sense of humour, I found over the years. It's just a bit cheesy, but I do give it a go.
Yeah.
And, I don't know, relationships at work, you're doomed if you don't have good relationships, because that is ultimately the key to everything. I mean, I can be a great marketer with brilliant strategies and fantastic campaigns, but actually if I don't have a fantastic team, which I do at ITV Studios, very lucky to have a brilliant team, then, I might as well not bother getting up in the morning.
Fantastic. And that segues very nicely into the second question, which is, how do those good relationships enable you to have impact? Because, as you say, right, it enables you to achieve whatever you need to achieve as a team that gets on very well.
Well, I think the answer to that lies in, again, it's about the depth of the relationships and how I am, essentially, in terms of both my team at work, or my teams, and how we all work together.
Yep.
And I think, we can all relate to colleagues or people that you see around different businesses that perhaps don't do that with their teams, don't have the depth of relationships, and actually you can see where ultimately results and motivation, morale, people's willingness and want to come into work every day actually takes a hit there. And I always want to work in a place that I enjoy coming to every day. And we're in this weird sort of hybrid world now, which is great in many ways, but I genuinely love coming to the office because I just like being with everybody and probably annoying them, quite frankly. But
With the dad jokes.
but the impacts that you talk about, which is what we've been talking about at the Marketing Society event today, as a CMO, as anybody, it doesn't matter if I'm a CMO or the most junior person in the team. We've all got to create impact in some way, and that's the expectation. And you can only do that if you understand what your role is, if you understand what we want you to get out of this and deliver, and also that you've got the trust and the backing and the support and the people behind you to actually deliver that. That, for me, is what impact is. And if you kind of do that, then people fly. And, I've seen so many times over the years, actually, just by being normal to a certain extent in the office, even though, what is normal, actually has real impact.
Fantastic. That's amazing. And that also leads quite nicely into the final question, which is, why does marketing matter? So to you, why does marketing matter?
That is such a hard question to answer.
It is. It's quite big.
And I'd love to hear what other people said about why marketing matters. And frankly, we can all make, a lofty assumption about why marketing is absolutely at the heart of everything and, change for good and everything else. Marketing can have an absolutely incredible impact in the world. And we've seen, particularly at the moment, impacts being driven by marketers and by brands and, so much good that's being done out there. But why marketing ultimately matters is because, hopefully we're here to represent the voice of the customer, and customers are, of course, the very heart of every organisation. And if we don't represent that voice and we don't kind of play their role within the organisation, then who does? And you've got to think, actually, I always remember a few years ago somebody said, well, you want everybody to be a marketer, don't you, Adrian? And My answer to that was, well, yeah, actually I do. Because marketing at its heart is about customers. And if everybody believes in the same way that marketing people believe,
Yeah.
you know, the kind of depth and the understanding and actually all of that's brilliant stuff. You know, we could stand here for the next hour talking about this.
Yes.
You know, that's why marketing matters. It's because, you know, ultimately customers drive our businesses and, you know, the world is our oyster.
I love it. Thank you very much. The world is our oyster, and everyone needs to be a marketer. Wonderful.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.